Chosen one, stop whatever you're doing and listen right now. This is not random, and it's not just another message passing through your screen. The moment you just experienced in your life, that breakthrough, that sudden win, that instant where everything locked into place, it was not luck. It happened because you were ready. You did it on your very first try. The thing you've been hoping for, dreaming about, even holding deep inside your heart, has already begun moving toward you, and it's unfolding on a scale far greater than you expected. You might feel a surge right now, a sharp mix of excitement and disbelief. Hold on to that feeling, because it's the signal. Power is shifting, a door is opening, and if you hesitate, if you doubt what this moment means, it will move past you. That's why this matters more than anything you've experienced before. Most people spend years stuck in cycles of struggle, failure, restarts, and self-doubt. They push, they chase, they wait endlessly, and they never feel this kind of alignment. But you didn't have to fight like that. Your first success was not an accident. It was confirmation. It proves that your timing is precise, your preparation is complete, and your growth has been happening quietly, even when no one noticed. Look back at your past for a moment. Every season of doubt, pressure, and impatience was not wasted. None of it was a mistake. It was all shaping you for this exact moment, the moment where everything finally activates and your path reveals itself. None of it was wasted. Every delay, every silent stretch, every test you thought slowed you down was a rehearsal, a confirmation, a quiet signal that you were being shaped for something larger, something quicker, something already leaning toward manifestation. Now the intensity rises, because this is no longer abstract. This is about you. When alignment becomes complete, success on the first attempt stops being rare and starts becoming natural. It is no longer an exception. It is the order. What approaches you now is not a minor breakthrough. It is momentum. It is acceleration moving through every layer of your life at once. What unfolds next will feel sudden. Doors you never searched for will open on their own. Recognition will come without you needing to explain yourself. You will be seen clearly, even by those who once overlooked you. Opportunities will arrive carrying weight and urgency, requiring presence, precision, and courage. This is the crossing into a new reality. Excitement alone will not sustain it. What holds you steady here is clarity. What keeps you aligned is discipline. What allows you to move forward without fear is awareness. As it is written, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee." This light does not visit you by chance. It rises because the time has come. There is ease ahead, real ease, not the kind that dulls you, but the kind that flows because resistance has ended. Yet ease only remains with those who are prepared to receive it without shrinking. If these words are stirring something deep within you, it is because your spirit recognizes the truth before your mind catches up. This is not a moment to drift or disconnect. Something ancient is waking up inside you, calling you forward. Like the words spoken beside the water, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a draft. The deep is where increase waits, but only for those willing to move when called. This is not noise, this is not hype, this is alignment speaking. Every word lands where it needs to, guiding you so you do not miss the opening now forming in front of you. Time is about to compress. Movement will accelerate. Events will stack quickly, and decisions will matter more than ever before. Life is preparing to move faster than you have known it to move. Those who are ready will not be overwhelmed. They will rise. They will move with the wave, carried by the miracle of first try alignment that has already begun. Have you ever felt an invisible weight resting on you, not crushing you, but pressing you into depth? Even in the middle of long nights, quiet tears, and moments when no one saw the cost, something within you knew this pain was not pointless. That inner knowing was not imagination. It was divine awareness. It was heaven paying attention. What you sensed was God's silent acknowledgement. And now this truth rises into the open. Today, God declares that you passed a test you were never told you were taking, and you passed it the first time. Picture this not with your mind, but with your spirit, the Creator watching every step, not with judgment, but with delight. Every decision you made when it would have been easier to quit. Every choice where you stayed true instead of safe. And over your life, heaven speaks words that carry weight. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. This is not flattery. This is recognition. It is God honoring your heart, your courage, your consistency when no reward was guaranteed. Humans overlook the small things, but God never does. Every act of patience, every moment of restraint, every quiet act of integrity was seen. When the world tried to rush you and you refused to move out of alignment, that mattered. When you chose love instead of anger, truth instead of convenience, faith instead of fear, those choices became the foundation beneath your feet. Scripture reminds us why this mattered. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. God was not watching your speed. God was watching your heart. And now he says, this is why you were chosen. This is why the path was narrow. You were being prepared, not delayed. The unseen struggles, the moments when you questioned yourself, when you wondered if anyone noticed your effort, none of it was random. It was all woven with intention. And here is the most powerful truth of all. You did not know it was a test. There was no pressure, no announcement, no warning of what was at stake. God allowed you to move freely, to act from who you truly are. And you did not collapse under the weight. You did not compromise. You shone. That is what makes this moment holy. This marks a turning point, a shift in how heaven responds to your steps, a recognition that you are no longer proving who you are stepping into it. The life that once felt distant is now aligning around you. Not because you demanded it, but because you were ready. The test is complete. The season has changed. And what rises next will meet you as who you have already become. Life can feel scattered, almost random. You wake up, move through familiar routines, carry responsibilities, and suddenly find yourself drained without knowing why. But what if none of it was random? What if the weight you felt over these past days was not chaos, but a quiet examination, a sacred measure of who you are when no one applauds, when no one corrects, when no one is watching but God? Because that is where truth is revealed, not on the stage, but in the unseen. When there is no scorecard, no audience, no visible reward, God watched every step you took, every pause, every emotional response, not to condemn you, but to uncover the depth of your soul. Hidden tests are never about performance. They are about identity. When the pressure is internal and the silence is loud, that is when character speaks the clearest. Many fall there. Many harden, withdraw, or break. But you did not. In these recent days, even while tired, even while stretched thin, you carried grace. You held steady when it would have been easier to unravel. When emotions rose like waves, you chose restraint. When frustration knocked, you answered with clarity. This was not accidental. This was the moment spoken of long ago. Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me and shalt find nothing. God allowed the night so the truth could surface without interference. What makes this test extraordinary is that you never knew it existed. There was no pressure to impress, no warning of what was at stake. Most people rise only when eyes are on them. You rose when there were none. That authenticity, that unforced excellence, is the mark of a chosen soul. And heaven saw it clearly. The test has ended. The measure has been taken. If you felt unusually drained, emotionally open, or sensitive to the world around you, it was not weakness. It was exposure. Fire does not destroy what is pure. It reveals it. As it is written, He knoweth the way that I take. When he hath tried me, I shall come forth as gold. The heat you felt was not meant to consume you. It was meant to clarify you. Every reaction, every quiet choice, every moment you stayed grounded was evidence of readiness. You did more than endure. You expanded. God sees every inner battle, every silent victory. That exhaustion was not punishment, it was preparation. Every emotional surge refined your awareness. Every moment of doubt gave you the chance to choose higher ground. And you did. That is why you emerge now not only stronger, but illuminated. Nothing escaped God's attention. Every word spoken in restraint. Every act of kindness when irritation wanted control. Every choice to be honest when shortcuts were available. This was not about flawless behavior. It was about intention, about the posture of your heart. The Lord weigheth the spirits, and your spirit was found steady. Think of the moments when you acted without calculating outcomes, when you simply responded from truth. Those moments mattered most. The test was never about being right in the world's eyes. It was about integrity, courage, and alignment. God saw your calm in pressure, your balance under emotional, physical, and financial strain. Each moment became proof that you could carry more. And now there is a shift. God's observation was never judgment, it was recognition, it was preparation. Free will was the measure, because free will reveals maturity. God did not force you, He trusted you, and you chose well. Like a canvas laid before you, the tools were given, but the strokes were yours. And every stroke reflected wisdom, patience, and love. You were not coached, you were not warned, you were simply yourself, and that is what made it perfect. This alignment with divine favor is not a reward alone. It is a doorway, a threshold into greater purpose, deeper joy, and blessings that will not shake loose. The unseen test is complete, and the elevation it prepared you for is already beginning to rise. Before moving on, mark this moment. Like the video and share video if it connects with you. Stay connected by subscribing, as we're aiming for 5,000 subscribers. Now take a moment to write 999 or 777 in the comments and write your city and location. Support through Super Thanks helps this message reach further. Heaven acknowledges awareness. Amen. Every true test reaches deeper than one surface layer. God watched the whole of you. 4 realms were measured at once: your emotional strength, your financial integrity, your physical stewardship, and your spiritual depth. Each challenge appeared not to weaken you, but to reveal whether your life could remain balanced under quiet pressure. Nothing was accidental. Each area was touched with intention. Emotionally, the waves came. Situations stirred impatience, disappointment, even moments where anger could have spoken for you. Yet you chose restraint, you chose compassion, you remained steady when reacting would have been easier. Financially, decisions appeared that tested your values. You were given moments where compromise could have solved things faster. You refused. You moved with honesty and wisdom, proving that provision does not come at the cost of integrity. As it is written, better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. Physically, your strength was stretched, fatigue pressed in, your body felt the weight of responsibility. Still, you honored yourself. You did not abandon discipline. You listened when rest was needed and endured when endurance was required. Spiritually, through it all, you stayed awake. You did not surrender to fear. You did not disconnect. You leaned into trust, choosing faith again and again. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. Each dimension supported the others, revealing wholeness instead of imbalance. Most people succeed in one area while neglecting the rest, but you held harmony. Heart, mind, body, and spirit moved together. This is why heaven responds now. A balanced life meets a higher standard than visible success. You have shown readiness for a new phase, one marked not by strain, but by depth, joy, and fulfillment that lasts. True greatness rarely announces itself. It does not chase attention or demand applause. It is quiet. It is steady. It is proven when no one is watching. Anyone can shine under a spotlight. Few remain faithful in silence. And that is where you were tested, in private decisions, in unseen moments, in choices that carried no reward except integrity itself. In these recent days, your victories were quiet, no audience, no recognition. Yet every time you forgave without being asked, resisted temptation without witnesses, or chose honesty without gain, heaven took notice. The Lord thy God seeth in secret. These moments revealed the rarity of your soul. The world may never catalogue them, but God never misses them. Unseen victories accumulate into unseen strength. This is spiritual wealth, invisible yet powerful beyond measure. It becomes the foundation upon which extraordinary change is built. Being chosen was never about being above others. It was always about alignment, about hearing the quiet pull within, trusting God when outcomes were uncertain, and moving with courage even when the path stayed hidden. By passing these hidden tests, you have shown that your soul can carry more You are among those who do right without recognition, who remain aligned without applause. And that is why movement is coming. Elevation is not approaching because you demanded it. It is rising because you are ready to hold it. There is a smile that does not come from human approval, a smile that carries weight, warmth, and authority beyond words. It is the quiet joy of God when a soul lives in truth. Today, that smile rests on you. God smiles because you honored the process, because you carried grace under pressure, and because you chose integrity when no one stood beside you to applaud. This smile is not symbolic. It moves, it activates, it releases change, growth, and joy that soon take form in your life. A smile from God always precedes transformation. It is the signal that heaven and earth are beginning to agree with who you have already become inside. What you conquered inwardly is now preparing to appear outwardly. Expect movement. Expect shifts in relationships, atmosphere, and opportunity. What once felt far away is drawing closer. Desires that lingered quietly are no longer dormant. God's pleasure carries force. It sets unseen currents in motion so that your outer world can finally reflect the excellence of your spirit. If confusion appears along the way, do not misread it. Confusion is often the rhythm of real change. Blessings do not always arrive fully formed. They unfold, they layer. God's smile is not haste, it is assurance. As it is written, the blessing of the Lord it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it. What approaches you will not drain you. It will lift you. It will honor your patience and reward the faith you carried in silence. You passed what could not be seen, and now life is preparing to respond. Passing a test without knowing you were being tested is rare. Passing it the first time is extraordinary. It is the declaration that your soul is ready. Divine favor is not born from struggle alone. It flows from alignment, integrity, and quiet excellence. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. Diligence in secret always brings elevation in time. You moved with wisdom without rehearsal. You lived rightly without pressure. That is why doors long sealed are beginning to unlock. Divine favor is like a current beneath your feet. It lifts without strain. It carries insight, opportunity, and provision to those who walk uprightly. Your first try victory is like a key turning, opening access to wisdom, resources, and momentum that accelerate both your spiritual and material growth. You will notice it first in how life feels. Your presence will carry calm. Your intuition will sharpen. People will respond differently to you. Doors will open with less resistance. Direction will arrive when you need it, not before, not after. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. What unfolds now is not coincidence, it is alignment made visible. One of the clearest signs of divine approval is environmental change. God is recalibrating what surrounds you to match what is within you. Expect shifts in your home, your work, your relationships, even in the energy you carry into a room. Support will replace resistance. Flow will replace stagnation. What no longer belongs will loosen its grip without force. This is not chaos, it is harmony being restored. Like a field prepared quietly beneath the soil, what you nurtured with patience, care, and faith is ready to rise. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. The garden is blooming. Your environment is becoming a reflection of God's smile and a testimony of your endurance. Those dreams you held close, the ones you never announced, the hopes habits that lived quietly through difficult seasons are now aligning with divine timing. The test you passed became a gateway. Readiness has been proven. What follows is not fantasy. It is the natural result of living with faith and integrity. Momentum is building. Opportunities and confirmations will begin to meet you where you stand. Remain steady. Even when the path feels unfamiliar, trust the orchestration. God does not rush what must endure. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Detours are not denials. Closed doors are often redirections. Wisdom is guiding each step, even when the pattern is not yet clear. The test has ended, but faith continues to shape what comes next. Gratitude keeps your heart open. Trust keeps your spirit light. Every challenge now points forward, not backward. This is a moment of victory. The unseen test that touched your emotions, your resources, your body, and your spirit is complete. And the measure is clear. God has taken note. That acknowledgement carries power. A new chapter begins now, marked by favor, responsibility, and elevation. Life will increasingly mirror the quality of your heart and the truth of your actions. Doors will open. Guidance will arrive. Opportunities will align with purpose in ways that feel both effortless and profound. Pause and let this settle. Passing an unseen test on your first attempt is rare. Your soul has shown readiness, and God is preparing to honor your integrity, your consistency, and your faith with a life that rises far beyond what you once imagined. Hear this clearly. Your pain was not a flaw. Your collapse was not failure. Your trials were not punishment. They were divine evidence. Proof that there is strength in you the ordinary life could never reveal. Every breaking point carried a mark, and that mark was not meant to comfort you, but to identify you. You were being shaped, guided, and claimed for something greater than survival. What you endured was not meant to soften you. It was meant to wake you. This is the reward, not as a trophy, but as a threshold. The test is behind you, and the call is now in front of you. Your inner rank has shifted. Your awareness is expanding. Influence is moving closer. This is not self-improvement. This is ascension. You are stepping into a higher field of responsibility, clarity, and power. What comes next asks more of you, because more has been entrusted to you. This is no longer only about your personal growth. It is about embodiment, about carrying what you've learned into every interaction, every decision, every quiet moment where truth is chosen over comfort. You are being positioned as one who moves differently, loves deeper, and stands steadier, not because life is easy now, but because you are ready. Spiritual authority is revealed in how you walk through pressure, how you lift others without losing yourself, how you remain anchored when conditions shift. By passing what others never saw, you have shown that you can carry more responsibility, more influence, more favor. Your life no longer ends at your own borders. What you choose now sends ripples outward. Atmospheres respond. Paths rearrange. Doors sense your approach. Step forward without shrinking. Carry confidence without pride. You are not guessing anymore. You are moving with permission. Guidance walks with you now. Approval surrounds you. Favor responds to your alignment. Your life has crossed a line. With this elevation comes the ability to shape outcomes, not by force, but by presence, to inspire without noise, to lead without domination, to live from purpose, not reaction. The reward for integrity is not a applause. It is joy that steadies you, peace that guards you, and abundance that arrives without corruption. This is not far away. It is close. It is active. It is already moving. The joy that rises without explanation. The calm that holds you steady. The opportunities that begin to line up with what you once only imagined. These are not random gifts. They are reflections, mirrors responding to who you became when no one was watching. Abundance will not arrive in one shape alone. It will come through people, timing, clarity, provision, and inner freedom. And it will last. What is released now is designed to elevate every layer of your life. The unseen world is responding to the quality of your heart. This is recognition in motion. Receive without hesitation. Step into what opens without apology. Your unseen victories were counted. Your quiet courage was recorded. Your integrity spoke louder than words ever could. And now reality begins to shift to match it. Every choice you made sent waves far beyond your awareness. Every word spoken with restraint. Every act of courage done in silence. Every moment you chose truth when it cost you. These were signals, and the unseen realms answered. Alignment was registered long before results appeared. Those waves are returning now, multiplied. Opportunities are forming before you see them. Guidance is arranging itself ahead of your steps. What felt delayed was never denied. It was being timed. Nothing you gave was wasted. Nothing you endured was ignored. Recognition in the spiritual realm does not wait for permission from the world. It is immediate. Your heart was known. Your effort was seen. Even if the outer world is only beginning to respond, the verdict was already given. The unseen world has acknowledged you, and that acknowledgement is already bending circumstances in your favor. This is not about ego. It is about harmony. Your life has aligned with something larger, and now life aligns back. Every silent act mattered. Every pressured decision mattered. Every moment you stayed when it would have been easier to quit mattered. Because when validation is not required, freedom is released. And the support you earned is already preparing paths, connections, and openings that match your readiness. This is how the unseen moves, beyond time, beyond expectation. What felt like preparation was preparation. What felt like resistance was refinement. Nothing was random. Everything was training. Your emotional battles built patience. Financial strain forged integrity. Physical fatigue strengthened endurance. Spiritual doubt sharpened faith. This was not punishment, it was conditioning. You were being trained to carry more light without burning out. Greatness was being installed while you thought you were merely surviving. Wisdom was forming. Clarity was aligning. The unseen realm was watching closely, and it did not miss a thing. Every act of faith spoke. Every moment of patience echoed. Every aligned choice sent a signal that you were ready, and that signal became magnetic. That is why doors begin to open without effort, why timing suddenly feels precise, why guidance meets you exactly when needed. Your consistency became a beacon. Nothing you did disappeared. Everything you lived is now responding back to you. The universe is not testing you anymore. It is working with you. Perfection was never required. Courage was. Decisiveness was. Alignment with truth was. You moved when clarity was partial. You chose without guarantees. You acted from the heart. That is what was seen. That is what was honored. Now decisiveness is rewarded. Momentum follows your steps. Life begins to confirm what your spirit already knew. And this is not the end of the story. This is the moment the door opens. God of light and purpose, I stand before you aware, awake, and uncovered. I do not ask to be spared from pressure, for pressure revealed who I am. I do not ask to return to comfort, for comfort never called me higher. I ask only for alignment with what you have already written within me. Let my steps remain steady as new doors open. Let my heart stay pure as influence grows. Guard me from shrinking when expansion comes, and from fear when responsibility increases. Strengthen my discernment so I recognize what is sent by you and release what no longer belongs. Where my past carried pain, let it now carry authority. Where I once endured in silence, let wisdom now speak. Keep me faithful in small moments and courageous in decisive ones. May my life reflect truth without compromise, love without weakness, and power without pride. I receive what you are releasing, not as entitlement, but as stewardship. Lead me forward, steady and awake, into what has already begun. If this prayer touched your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Take a moment to share what this message unlocked in you. Your words may become the breakthrough someone else has been praying for. Speak your desires, write them down, declare them, and then believe. Go to the comments and take a moment to write 999 or 777 and also share your city and where you're listening from. Let this be a quiet but powerful declaration of faith and alignment with what heaven is unfolding in your life. If you haven't already, like this message so it can reach others who are searching for hope and clarity right now. And subscribe to stay connected, not just for support, but to remain in the flow of encouragement, truth, and spiritual clarity. As we're moving toward 5,000 subscribers, your presence helps us continue building a community of believers who know that faith isn't fantasy, it's power. This space was created for your growth, your healing, and your alignment with heaven. There are new messages waiting for you, and you don't want to miss what God is unfolding next. And to everyone who supports this ministry through your comments, your prayers, or by using the Super Thanks feature, thank you. Your generosity helps this message reach the hearts God is preparing right now, far beyond what we could do alone. Stay anchored, stay alert, stay chosen. The journey from this moment forward may not always be easy, but it will be holy, it will be purposeful, and it will be worth it. You were born for this. Amen.